everybody, my name is Tessa Warren, and today I'm going to be introducing the educational technology tool, or EdTech tool known as iCivics. So unfortunately, iCivics is not an EdTech tool that is vetted by the Poudre School District's top picks list. However, it is vetted by Common Sense Education on one of their top pick lists. So Common Sense Learning has rated iCivics with a learning rating of about 80%. If we go over here, although there is not a community rating, if we scroll almost all the way to the bottom, it offers reviews that if we read through really points to how awesome and fantastic iCivics is as a EdTech tool for social studies classes and courses. So now that we have gone through that, I'm going to go ahead and go up here and toggle over to my iCivics tab. So now that we are here, if you wouldn't mind pulling up your preferred internet browser and going ahead and putting in that URL right there, iCivics.org, so you can follow along with me. Now that you have done that, I'm going to show a couple different functions that this website has that really points it towards being an awesome EdTech tool. So iCivics allows both students and teachers to sign up for an account. The only difference is that teachers have access to some more content than students. So with that, if you wouldn't mind going ahead and going over to this top right icon, yours probably won't say My iCivics. It'll probably say something like register or sign up. If you wouldn't mind creating an account, and if you are a student, please make sure you are clicking student when you register. And if you are a teacher and or educator, please make sure you click that so you have access to all the awesome stuff that iCivics offers. And then come back once you're done and I will continue. So now that you have created that account for iCivics, I'm going to point out a couple of the key features that this service offers. So if we look over to the right-hand portion, it has a tab for remote learning for educators and families. And then directly below that, iCivics also offers a Teach section for educators to look at their lesson plans and their suggestion for content creation, which is really awesome. And then directly below that, it has an About section where students and teachers and parents can learn about iCivics and what exactly and who they are. For the purposes of this video, I am going to go ahead and stick with the Remote Learning tab, so if you want to go ahead and scroll back up and then click on Remote Learning. So this page is going to bring us to the Remote Learning Toolkit for families and their students. And then if we scroll down, it gives free educator tools here as well as free family activities. For the purposes of this video, we're going to click on Free Family Activities, which is going to bring us to the Remote Learning Toolkit for families. So this toolkit offers games, weekly planners, a game odyssey, bingo, stuff for young learners about ages 7 to 10, and then a parent's corner where they can join webinars and find tips for using iCivics. Now we're going to go over to the Games tab, so go ahead and click on that. The Games tab for iCivics is probably one of the coolest functions, other than the section that educators can use, of this website. So iCivics offers different levels of games for upper elementary, middle school and high school, as well as English language learners. So this is really cool, and it also shows how fantastic iCivics is because it has a tab that English language learners can go to and know that whatever they're doing, they're most likely going to understand it. Along with this, these games allow students to engage with the information that they are being taught at a deeper level and feel like they are actually learning something from it. One of the things that I hear as a history major is that history is so boring, it's all the stuff in the past, it's about a bunch of dead people, why do I need to know this, it's so boring, and all that fun stuff. And these games really allow students to engage with the material in a low-stakes manner, where they feel like they're actually learning something that's really, really cool through a game. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pick one of these games to show you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Do I Have a Right?, which allows students to run their own law firm and talk to clients to decide if they have a right or not. So once you click on it, iCivics is going to prepare the game for you, It takes a little bit to load, so just be a little bit patient. And then once it loads, it's going to give you a play button, so make sure to click on that. So once iCivics prepares the game for you, it is going to bring you right to the home page. Home page for Do I Have a Right? And usually here it will have you start your first game, but since I've already started a game, it has already came up with the one that I'm currently working on. For the purposes of this video, we are going to go ahead and click New Game, which is going to bring us to select a game mode. So we can either select the full edition, which gives client cases that are about rights that can be found in a variety of amendments, or it gives a Bill of Rights edition, which gives client cases that are about rights from the first 10 amendments in the Constitution. So this is a really awesome way, for an example in history, to differentiate a lesson to better fit students who might want a little bit more work to do with the full edition, or might want a little bit of an easier time doing their work with the Bill of Rights edition. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to go ahead and select the full edition by just pressing on it, and then I'm going to hit Continue. Here you are able to pick your avatar, so this guy looks pretty good. I think we're set, and I'm going to click Continue, and then it'll have you type your first name in, and then your last name. And then once those both are filled out, this Continue button will highlight in blue, and you can go ahead and click on it to continue. Here you are able to pick your lawyer, so you have a choice between Chuck Freepress and Sally Forth. I think I'm going to go with Sally Forth. She sounds pretty awesome. I'm going to click Continue after that. And then it's going to have us go through a bunch of beginning prompts, so I'm going to go ahead and go through those and then come back. So now that we have gotten past all those beginning prompts, it brings you into the law office, and it gives you the option to learn how to play by being taught or to just figure it out on your own. So for today, I think I'm going to figure it out on my own. So it looks like we have a client, so I'm going to go ahead and walk over to them, and then it's going to give you all these prompts, and you get to decide whether they have a right or whether they don't have a right. So in this situation, I'm going to say that he doesn't have a right. And then it'll give you a prompt saying that you were correct or that you were wrong. This is a really awesome opportunity for students to learn what they need to work on. And iCivics also allows students the opportunity to go back and play games until they get the desired result that they want. So now that I have showed you a little bit of the game, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the other games that iCivics offers and show you some other functions. So other than this, iCivics also offers, as I mentioned before, a really awesome teacher tab. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the iCivics logo, and it's going to bring me back to that home page, and I'm going to click on that Teach icon, that blue box, or green box. Sorry. It's going to bring me here, which offers me different units like Foundations of Government, Legal Reference Libraries, an Influence Library, Road to Constitution, so on and so forth. And if we click on one of these, like the Road to the Constitution, it shows us what grades it can be used in. So this curriculum unit can be used in both high school and middle school. So I'm going to go ahead and click View, and it is going to bring me to the unit homepage. So I'm going to go ahead and keep my grade level at middle school. It gives you lesson plans, an idea for a game, some quests, more lesson plans, until you reach the bottom, where you're allowed to view the scope and sequence, which we're going to go ahead and do here. So this gives you the basic overview of the lesson and allows you to better understand what is included in the unit and what you should be teaching. So that's another really awesome feature that iCivics has, because it allows teachers to take the material that they have crafted and apply it into their own classroom. So now that I've shown you both the student tab and the teacher tab, I have gone ahead and went back to that lesson page that we were on before I went ahead and clicked the view scope and sequence. And I'm going to go ahead and scroll up all the way back to the top and click that iCivics logo one more time. This lesson is just about over, so I'm going to go ahead and conclude with the idea that iCivics is a fantastic educational technology tool. It allows students to explore primary sources and play games related to government, history, and social studies that not only enhances their learning, but allows them to engage with the material up close and in a form that they might be able to relate more than just a textbook or a lecture. Along with this, it also follows standard 1.1 of the ISTE standard for students, which is an empowered learner, because iCivics allows, again, for students to engage in that material in their own way, which then and thus allows them to be empowered to continue their learning. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.